What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm back for another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Miami Heat and Milwaukee Bucks series, as the Heat has just taken a 0-3 deficit to the Bucks, and this is kind of proving that maybe last year's final run wasn't anything serious and they could potentially be bubble frauds. But I'm here to talk about just everything about that series right now. Before you already start the video, you know it's going to be a banger, so make sure you drop a like, comment down below any videos you want me to do, and subscribe to the channel at 107 right now. Trying to hit 200 soon as possible, but now let's get started. So the first game got me hyped for the series. Going into overtime, Bucks only win by 2 off a Chris Middleton game winner who led the way with 27 points. I was hyped for the series. I thought we were going to get another competitive series, going to 7 games, a war. And then games 2 and 3 happened where the Bucks won 132-98 and then 113-84. And it was just so sad to see because I was ready for a hype series. And then these 2 blowouts happened, and I don't know what to say. One reason for probably these blowouts being a different reason for the Bucks winning instead of last year, probably because of the upgrade from Eric Bledsoe to Drew Holiday. As in this series, Drew Holiday is averaging 16.7 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, and 1.7 steals, shooting 52.5% from the field. And getting a guy who can consistently perform well in the playoffs instead of a guy like Eric Bledsoe who consistently plays bad in the playoffs or inconsistently plays in the playoffs is just amazing for the Bucks. And that's one reason why Giannis signed up long term, because they got themselves a really big move that got him Drew Holiday. And Giannis knew the impact of Drew Holiday that made him want to stay. And it looks like he made a good choice to stay. But the Bucks are really looking like really good contenders, as Giannis is only averaging 24.7 points on 45% shooting. He's shooting under 10% from the 3. Imagine if Giannis was really turning up. Would this series be even any close? Giannis is averaging 16 rebounds though, with 5.3 assists and 2.3 steals, so I can't say anything. But Chris Middleton once again has been big for this series, like he was against the Heat last year, averaging 22 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.7 assists with 0.7 steals, shooting 51, 43, 87 splits. He's just an efficient bucket getter and just been an underrated piece for the Bucks for a very long time, to be honest. And then one guy who stepped up for the Bucks that you did not really expect him to is Bryn Forbes, who's averaging 12.7 points, shooting 47.4 from the 3 and 56% overall. He's an efficient shooter coming from the Spurs. I'm glad the Bucks got him. But the Miami Heat, do they look like they have a similar team as last year? Why are they struggling so bad? The loss of Drake Crowder, I didn't think was as important because you replaced him with Trevor Ariza, who's been meh. He's been getting a bunch of rebounds, but he's been struggling these playoffs, shooting 20% from the field and 18.2% from the 3, only averaging 2.7 points, even though he's playing 25.2 minutes a game. Tyler Hero just isn't the Tyler Hero we saw last year, who's averaging 7.7 points, but shooting 28% from the field and 33.3% from 3. The only guy who's actually been consistent for them, to be honest, has been Dwayne Dedmon, who's averaging 8.3 points and 4.7 rebounds off the bench. That's really been their only consistent piece. Jimmy Butler has struggled. He shot 30.6% from the field, and he's taken a lot of threes, and it just doesn't seem like the same Jimmy Butler that we all thought was like a huge dog that we all wanted to have on the team, because you know he can take us to a deep run. But this Miami Heat squad just isn't the same, to be honest. Like, they're around the same seeding rating, so why are they struggling so bad? Maybe they just don't look like the dogs that we really thought. Maybe the bubble was just a lucky run, but we really don't know. Bam, he just hasn't been aggressive enough. Everyone was complaining about how he wasn't taking these wide open mid-range jump shots. And in game 3, that's all he took. A bunch of mid-range jump shots to floaters. Wasn't trying to get to the basket at all. He's only averaging 14 points per game this year. He's only shooting 40% from the field, even though he has not attempted a 3 and you're shooting 40% from the field. That's like Andre Drummond type bad. Duncan Robinson had a really hot first game and kind of fallen off, even though he's still shooting 39% from the 3 and averaging 12 points per game this series. And Dragic has been their leading scorer, averaging 17 points per game, but he hasn't even been efficient, only shooting 43% from the field. The Heat, I don't really get it. Like, they're not doing too bad defensively. Other than game 2, they haven't really done that bad defensively. They just can't find their way to get a bucket. And it's just sad to see, because we were all excited for the Heat potentially upsetting. My pick was the Heat to upset the Bucks once again, but this time at 7 games, because of the addition of Drew Holiday will make it a little bit more competitive. But the Heat could potentially get swept. what's going to happen? How are you going to get free agents to come to Miami if you're getting swept in the first round? Like, I get you're a big market and you had a final runs last year, but you're supposed to build on that. Maybe make like a second round run, maybe to the conference finals by upsetting a team like the Bucks and potentially competing with the Nets. But if you're going to get swept in the first round, do you really think you're going to get a Kawhi Leonard? Victor Oladipo is also injured too, so what are you going to do about him? And you also have to pay Duncan Robinson, you're going to have to pay Kendrick Nunn. So what can the Miami Heat really do? This series was a very important series for them, but the fact that they're struggling like this is really tough to see. But it could also just mean the fact that the Bucks are really serious contenders this year, and you cannot slack on them because they could potentially be a finals type team with the way they're looking right now and the way they look this season. And I have to give credit to Mike Budenholzer. He's looked like a much better coach this series, even though he still hasn't made as many adjustments as a lot of Bucks fans would like. Just the way he adapted in Game 1 was just amazing to see, and hopefully he can continue this throughout the rest of the playoffs. But what do you guys think about this video? If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, comment down below any videos you want me to do, and subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.